coffee in a paper cup. Headlines on a cracked screen glow. World feels like it's blowing up. You take that hard-edged bad news heat, turn it into barstool jokes. Half food in the gutter, grit, half clown shoes on the folks. Hey! Down on Mr. Bill's curbs, where the street talk curls and swerves. He's roasting all this chaos till the truth starts sounding absurd. Yeah, it's one part bruise, one part grin, honky tonk heart, rock and roll grin. That line between the hurt and the smirk, that's Mr. Bill's Curbs. Storms roll on the evening feed, you just shake your head and laugh. Spinning like a roadside sign, man, but still making folks look back. Saying, look at all this crazy, y'all might as well pull up a chair. You drag the mess out in the light, make it feel lighter there. Down on Mr. Bill's curbs, where the street talk curls and swerves. He's roasting all this chaos till the truth starts sounding absurd. Yeah, it's one part bruise, one part grin, honky tonk heart, rock and roll grin. That line between the hurt and the smirk, that's Mr. Bill's Curves. Is that crack between the pavement and the painted clown parade, where a punchline hugs a warning and the jokes still hold their weight? So we laugh, so we don't break. We laugh till the fear shakes loose. If the world's gone half insane, he just hands it back with a drawl and a wink. And the truth, down on Mr. Bill's Curbs, where the street talk curls and swerves. He's roasting all this chaos till the truth starts sounding.
All right, I think nobody's gonna. Britt might have got notifications or something. Glad to report that my YouTube buttons are finally working after multiple feedbacks, complaints. Oh, that's good. That's good. Oh, Mrs. Axel might have got a thing. Okay, I was like wondering, like, where's my notifications? Or maybe everybody's at work, probably too. It's probably why there's nobody showing up. How are you doing, Mrs. Axel? I saw part of your thing or whatever. Hopefully you're doing okay or whatever. Saw you on Bible verses and seemed like you were upset about something. Let me know if I can help you out there besides prayers. Thank you. I said there's a few people popping in every once in a while. Let's see what's happening in the news today, at least from what I could tell or whatever. A lot of bookmarks. We don't have to watch them all, but here's that California governor candidate person. See what she has to say.
Katie, before we go, any other issues, blind spots that you think maybe not be getting enough attention that you think it's important for our audience to know?
Yeah, I mean, I would just mention two things. One, I've wanted to tell you this for a long time, but I came on Midas Touch a long time ago when I think when I first got ready to launch the campaign, and I've actually made a lot of references to the Midas Touch during this campaign. And what I always say to people is, I get this question about Donald Trump a lot, like what about Donald Trump? And I always say, if you guys heard of the Midas Touch, like, what does that mean? And somebody will say, yeah, like you touch things and it turns to gold. And I always say, yeah, well, Donald Trump, he's got the shit touch. Everything he touches turns to shit. It's like the opposite of the Midas Touch. And people always laugh about that. So that has been really fun to kind of, use that phrase a lot on the campaign trail. The last thing is I would just encourage people to get involved. Like, go to katieporter.com, read about it, go to our social medias at katieporterca. We have a lot of
She's crazy
videos on there talking about a bunch of affordability policies that we didn't get to, like childcare, free college tuition, a bunch of other affordability pieces, healthcare. That's why I encourage people
major socialist, evidently.
to check that out at katieporterca on any of their social media.
Katie,
who's going to be the governor?
Katie,
of
before
who's going to be the governor of California? Here's an old turning point thing here. All right, it's a new one here. Let's see what's socialists are saying, the younger socialists. We don't know what the older socialists are saying. We just heard one. So the younger socialists might be saying.
The No Kings protest saying death to America, and like every American soldier that comes in a casket, we cheer. Like that like is free speech in America, but it's in a sense hate speech.
I'm not sure what, maybe she's not a socialist, but
Or like how do we like deal with these people in a sense?
There is no such thing as hate speech, regardless of it.
a little bit. He's a pretty decent debater too. Not Charlie Kirk level, but very decent debater there. I don't want to put that on screen. Oh, lots of Patriots posting. So. Yeah, as you'll probably look at mine or whatever. I might invite you to the one that I have or whatever, as far as an X chat or whatever. So if you want to, I don't think you have any problems with anybody in there, but yeah, I've left all the areas where I thought there might have been contention or some silly drama stuff or something like that in some of these X chats and things like that. Just it's ridiculous how people get so offended by opinions. But in my opinion, craziness out there. But yeah, out of context. Yeah. We're supposed to sort of take Trump in context and Biden in context, but we can't take each other in context. It's kind of odd. Let's finish this.
If it offends people, regardless if it makes people mad, I think that they should have the right to be able to go and
Saying
Hey, this might be related to what you're talking about here, Mrs. Axtell here. This somehow you might relate it to your situation.
the American soldier that comes in a casket, we cheer. Like that like is free speech in America, but it's in a sense hate speech. So like how do we like deal with
Maybe not related, but it's the speech kind of concept. What the speech was.
these people in a sense?
There is no such thing as hate speech, regardless if it offends people, regardless if it makes people mad. I think that they should have the right to be able to go and say those things, as much as I find it abhorrent, because their speech has consequences. If I heard that someone said death to America and then they come and ask for a job from me and I knew that this is what they did, I wouldn't hire them for a job, right? And so your speech has consequences. Even if it's not legal consequences, you have consequences socially for the things that you say.
Put things in context. And people have a sign that says 86 and then 47 right next to it. That's pretty much, if that's the only context you have, yeah, it's not exactly the best context there.
And so I think that we as
And if you say fire President Trump, that makes more sense than just those four numbers. That's a little bit more context.
people who would say that's abhorrent should look at people who say these kinds of things, find out what they're trying to do, and make sure that the social consequences happen for the actions that they take.
The No Kings protest saying death to America, and like every American soldier that
Don't tell anybody, Mrs. Axtell, but part of the reason I had other things going on the other day, the flag wave thing that went on in Oregon City, and I didn't see the people that I didn't want there, but I didn't want to take the chance that the people that would be there, that I'd be tempted to kind of call them out or something like that for some of the behavior if they did show up. But I don't think they did show up at that flag wave in Oregon City.
comes in a casket, we cheer. Like that like is free speech in America, but it's in a sense hate speech. So like how do we like deal with these people in a sense?
All the cool people that were in Oregon City, in my opinion.
There is no such thing as hate speech, regardless if it offends people, regardless if it makes people mad. I think that they should have the right to be able to go and say those things, as much as I find it abhorrent, because their speech has consequences. If I heard that someone said death to America and then they come and ask for a job from me and I knew that this is what they did, I wouldn't hire them for a job, right? And so your speech has consequences. Even if it's not legal consequences, you have consequences socially for the things that you say. And so I think that
the group chat I'm in, I should retitle it the canceled group or something like that, because most of the people there have kind of been canceled by other people or something like that, or the castaways or something like that.
we as people who would say that's abhorrent should look at people who say these kinds of things, find out what they're trying to do, and make sure that the social consequences happen for the actions that they take.
Social consequences, not legal consequences. Ben Barcombe here. I saw this one here. Friend Auntie Tom has a message for ICE and the traitors attacking them. Let's see what she has to say here.
All right, real Auntie Tom in the house. All right, so question for you. I just rode with ICE this morning.
Oh,
What do you think about President Trump changing it to nice? Do you like ICE or nice? I know ICE is nice. Do you think the liberals, will they actually say F nice and change it to nice?
how about naughty and nice?
No, yeah, I know. I don't know if the agents would want to change it to nice.
Okay.
Because they
That's the trick on that one there. Yeah, the Trump kind of just has a meme would be interesting to do it if he could. I don't think he can, but yeah, you don't really want the agents to go into somebody's house. Nice is here to get you.
want to bust some ass. They want to catch the bad guys.
That's right.
So
That's right.
what would you say to if ICE was all the agents were watching? What would you tell them?
Keep up the good work. Ignore all the noise, and we're standing behind you. America is standing behind you, and thank you for keeping our country and our borders safe. Our borders are safe because of the Trump administration. Okay, people have doors and gates and fences around their houses for a reason. All right, we need that around our country to be safe.
Amen. All right. ICE is nice.
ICE
Either way,
nice.
ICE is nice.
baby.
I love you.
That's just so funny. I got some Marco Rubio ones here too. Tried to make one. Yeah, I won't say certain names, but there are certain people out there that blocked me because I said something about somebody else's actions, and I get blocked and kicked out of certain communities. Not that I said anything to the person themselves, but because I said something that about the actions of somebody else. I didn't say that the other person was bad or anything like that. I simply referenced somebody's actions. It's not them, and I got blocked and kicked out of a community. Imagine if people did that back in 2020. Zach still, you kicked me out off your friends list on Facebook because I said something about person B. You're person A. I said something about person B, and I referenced their actions. And how did it make that make sense? Anyway, let's see what Marco Rubio's got to say here.
And so we're going to take it to the UN, and we're going to give it another chance to be a forum in which we're not even asking people to like commit troops to the region and help blow up the Iranian boats. All we're asking them to do is to condemn it, to call on Iran to stop blowing ships, to remove these mines.
Oh, Reggie got blocked by him also. No offense, but he wants to bring people together. How do you bring people together by blocking them?
And to allow humanitarian relief to come through because there's humanitarian aid that's trapped. That's it. This is a very modest request. And if you're telling me that the international community and hundreds of countries cannot rally behind that, then I don't know what the utility of the UN system is if it can't even solve something as straightforward as that. And I think to both
Unrelated somewhat, but since we're talking about it anyway, lately there's one of the popular streamers or bodyguards out there. He's been having some issues with another person in some of his chats or whatever. I call that infighting, right? One of the rules of that community is no infighting. I think that was the reason that I was kicked out of that certain war room community. So if I'm kicked out of there for infighting, I wonder if that other person that's known as a good bodyguard had the same thing there. Was he kicked out for infighting? I'm curious.
the Chinese and the Russians, I would argue and have argued that it is in their interest for that resolution to pass and for pressure to be brought on Iran, because it is in their interest not
Notice how I'm talking about actions and not people.
to see international waterways, including the Straits of Hormuz, be closed down and cause economic chaos to dozens and dozens of countries around the world. Okay.
Well said, Marco. Well said. Give you another job as press secretary now. Usually I have more people than this lately. Oh, really? Are you saying it's like high school and band camp and things like that? Is that what you're saying? It's like high school behavior? Come on, that's picking on people. Don't pick on people by saying people are acting like high schoolers out there. had a good day out there at the White House today. Gloria Estefan, I don't think she pretty sure says he should not have used my music for keeping people fit. That was cute. What else is going on in the world of the news here? I like these little short debate things or something like that TPUSA puts out.
How am I supposed to?
What is a fetus?
A fetus is.
Don't describe it. What does it mean?
How am I supposed to say what it means without telling you what it is?
The word fetus means offspring, or in the case of a human, it would mean little human.
Okay.
Now say the little human.
You know Greek.
Nerves.
You know Latin.
I just told you what it means translated to English.
You just gave Latin, yes.
English.
Do you think that everything should be defined by what its Latin terminology is?
Literally, that's how the lefties kind of behave on every single subject, is going to the word, the epistemology of things. We're just using your thing on you.
Are you arguing that fetus doesn't mean offspring?
I'm arguing that a fetus means that you are not yet a baby. It means that you are not yet a person. You can't think. You can't feel pain.
What species
you can't do
are
anything. Me?
The conceived thing that is nothing to you. What species is it?
Assuming a human.
Okay, so we agree.
Assuming a human.
It's a human. It's just in development.
Do you actually have any idea what you're talking about when it comes to
I
biology?
literally taught you what fetus means. What is a
What a bad argument that person is. There's a lesbian Trump supporter here. Somebody more lesbian than her, I guess. Let's see what this is.
When I leave, you have to delete.
I'm a lesbian YouTuber and I voted for Trump.
But you voted for Trump.
I mean, I can and I did, so.
But you're not supporting us. Sorry. And when I leave, you have to delete all of us. Yes. If you're supporting Trump, so I'm sorry.
Sounds kind of fascistic.
That's an iPhone. If you're supporting us but also supporting Trump, you're a bullshit.
I'm a lesbian.
Okay, well then that's not my problem. But I do not want to be on your channel.
Then walk away. Bye-bye.
I'm a lesbian YouTuber and I voted for Trump.
Ariel does a good job out there. Ariel Scarcella is her name. So what's going on in Seattle here real quick.
I work in the state. You work for the state? You know Katie? Yeah. Yeah, I know Katie. The mayor. Yeah. That's it. That's almost. That's my last word. Is there camera? Yeah. That's it. That's almost out there. No, you're being audio and video recorded, just so you know, man. I work in the state.
I work for the state.
Work for the state? You know Katie? Yeah. Yeah, I know Katie. The mayor. Yeah. That's it. That's almost. That's my last word. Is there?
I work for the state, but he brings up the mayor of the city.
Is there camera? Yeah. That's it. That's almost out there. No, you're being audio and video recorded, just so you know, man. I work in the state.
New York police are mass of arresting climate activists in New York outside Kathy Hochul's office. Oh, I'll just watch part of this. It's a 5-minute video. Climate defiance. Skip ahead here. Come on, please resist. Please resist.
That all of the revenue, that a portion of the revenue goes toward low and middle income households.
Hey, Big Toast, how you doing? Nice to see you.
And we don't get resiliency, we don't stop the climate crisis from getting even worse, then our cities will be underwater. Can you tell me what you guys are doing in my city today?
They were supposed to be underwater in 2012 is what Al Gore said a long time ago that cities, Martha's Vineyard would be totally underwater by 2012. I believe is what he said. It's 2026.
Yeah, I went to school and studied climate change ecology, and so I know that this kind of spinelessness and backpedaling is going to kill millions of people.
And this is your job now. You went to college, and now you're getting arrested for standing up for climate stuff. Rather than doing things to clean up the climate, you're doing this. Tons of other ways you can help out, like cleaning up the climate there, by making state tax dollars and city tax dollars go to kicking you out of there, rather than sort of advocating for those tax dollars to go to climate change or doing things to a charity that's for climate making a difference. You're wasting taxpayer dollars to arrest you. Okay. I've had enough of that one. Marco Rubio again. I think I already did that one. Didn't I just do that one? I think I did. Kieran calls the cops on them for fishing, and it totally backfires.
What's up, dog? What's up? Oh, turn around, Christian. Oh yeah, thank you for help. Thank you for serving, brother. Look, he's got to come check it out himself. Oh no, no, stand up.
A lady calls the cops on him for fishing, probably at a HMO lake or something like that.
Yeah, I got you. Absolutely. Ah! Oh no, that's insane. That's beautiful. Yeah, we just called it. That's so sick, dude. Yeah, man, I appreciate you. Thank you, officer.
How big is that?
I don't know. If I had a ruler.
48?
I don't know.
Inches?
No, not. Maybe 42. Ah! We got the yes. We appreciate you. Oh, I love it. Thank you, man. You made our day. The police.
As he does nothing about the Karen. Oh yeah, they can't clean up after themselves. They want to kind of what do they call it when you're projecting or something like that? It's like even though my place is very dirty, I'm going to say your place is dirty, the earth. So I'm going to whine and complain about the earth being dirty and kind of leave my place looking like crap. That could be what they're doing here. This guy does a good May 4th. What was he doing? Atlanta Liberations. Check this guy out here.
Do you guys own this place, or how does this work? Does somebody let you guys use this place? Because I checked and this is a church, means there's a tax exemption, but you guys are obviously using this place for political activities. No comment. Okay. So I kind of looked into this place, and this is actually a former church. So this entire property is tax exempt, yet they're organizing various political events here. And it looks like they share it or they get it for free because the actual place here is registered under this place, Helium, which they're not here. And you guys can see Helium is just like a studio, essentially, where they do a bunch of artwork. So how does the Atlanta Liberation Center actually work? First, I obtained the property tax records for 344 Candler Park Drive, where the center is located. On the open market, this property is worth as much as $723,000, but for the tax purposes, it's assessed at just $144,000. The reason for this massive gap? This isn't registered as a political headquarters or a social club. According to official county land use code, this property is designated for religious, church, and worship purposes. By claiming to be a house of faith, the owners, Candler Park Group LLC, are able to shield the true value of the property from city tax collectors. Just look at the history of the property. Back in 2009, when the property was held by Standard Real Estate LLC, the property tax was about $5,000. But as soon as it moved into the current network's hands and secured its religious classification, that bill plummeted more than 80%. And we know this LLC is an active manager, not just a passive owner. In April 2024, records show they dropped $23,000
No problem. I appreciate it. Thanks. You too, Mrs. Axel.
on a new roof for the building. And based off everything that we collected this week, we know that the PSL uses this space to train activists to march against the elite. but they are using the elite's favorite tool, the tax loophole.
Genuine tension. Evidently, the Obamas blame marital problems on Trump. So remember, everything is Trump's fault, if not racism's fault. But since they're black, they can't blame racism, right? So they got to blame Trump, since Trump is the cause of all evil in the world, including marital troubles. Whatever.
Kamikaze.
Excess.
But I can confirm they don't. Ultimately, any follow-on effort, if there are mines identified, would be something that some of our units could undertake, or the world could undertake. But right now, we know we have a lane of safe passage that commercial shipping can flow through.
Do you have a lane of safe passage? Awesome.
Okay.
There's a joke.
Hello. Thank you guys for having me today. I'll be filling in for Caroline today, obviously. So I'll have a brief remarks here, and then we'll get to your questions. As you know, over the weekend, the president announced this Project Freedom, and the goal of it is to, frankly, if you want to talk about it, it's to rescue like almost 23,000 civilians from 87 different countries that are trapped inside of the Gulf.
Good idea. Katie Davis, I'm going to follow this real quick here, see if she's got anything related. But she was giving testimony today about the Stuart Lindquist thing or something like that. So that's two posts. City of Portland motioned to prevent me from testifying about my video footage, claiming I can authenticate the videos, but shouldn't be able to describe what I see. Not allowed to give her opinion on the stand for some reason, as a media reporter of all things. I testified in court today on behalf of Stuart Lindquist, 85-year-old man. The city of Portland has issued a land use violation attempting to revoke the ICE permit due to the windows being boarded up to protect federal agents from rioters and ongoing attacks. The city claims the protective barriers are in violation of the land use agreement, among a few other claims. We'll update later. Thank you, Katie, for keeping up to date on that. Done with that one. Done with that one. I was going to check and see. I thought there was some other stuff going on today. Spider Mike was in court and things like that. So let me see if there's any late breaking news or something like that, or live streams related to that. What was this thing here? Housing and Permitting Committee. You want to watch this? I'm just going to watch this for a second here. It might be related to the Lindquist thing. Is that Stuart Lindquist by chance? I don't know.
Pressures too. So what you see is the current, what we charge right now, what they charge right now.
But if I want to compare us after this change to where they are now, because we don't know what they're changing, I would add that 5 to 9% or whatever the number is.
That's exactly right.
And it would put us somewhere above Sacramento and well below, somewhere above Sacramento and below Beaverton, and where in there, we're not quite sure.
I am not certain if there is or not. I would imagine if Geyer has a day off from his regular job, he might try to be in there. I'm not sure if anybody else cares enough to be in there, or, Geyer would not film in there. The other guys would want to film in there, or somehow or another, I'm guessing. But I do not see Ground Zero or Tommy live at the moment anyway. Double check something real quick here. Ground Zero says he's live, or Tommy says he's live. Maybe no. This is earlier. Okay, never mind. Oh, actually, 1 minute ago he ended his stream. Let's take a peek and see what he did 1 minute ago here. Maybe that's why something happened here. Hold your horses. It's Ground Zero PDX's stream here. Just watch it for a second. Toward the end of it, anyway. Oh, that Pretend Media. Talking to Tommy. What was this about? Just watch for a few minutes here.
Oh, for real? Is the other yellow? Who pays for your housing?
Oh, Tommy was live in court today?
I pay full.
Yeah, I was thinking about restreaming you or whatever, but yeah, they just ended.
Why would you live in government?
Like the stream,
it's
everyone.
Not government assisted housing, you fucking dipshit. I'm asking. There's people that have rental assistance that live there, but it's not government assisted housing. It's not Section 8 housing.
Seems like you maybe
You
have a
guys
little
keep
problem
saying
keeping
that,
your
but
emotions in check.
oh yeah, my emotions are so out of check. My emotions.
Yeah,
are
look at him.
I'm fucking freaking
at him.
out.
Yeah,
He's
look at
freaking
I'm
out.
fucking freaking out.
Yep.
When somebody makes a false claim, yeah, somebody's going to want to defend that false claim. He's not freaking out, but when you make a claim that's not true about him, I know as soon as I heard and saw that guy, I said, that's not pretend. That's some other lefty type person there.
Oh no.
Oh my God.
This is Tommy.
Oh look, there she is.
Oh no, she's not gonna get let out today. That's not how it works. Remember?
Nice.
Remember? You guys know everything.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Hey, the fat ass is coming.
Yeah, I know Pam was over there at court.
Fat boy's coming.
Oh, Pap here. If you rated, I'm assuming that's why it jumped up or whatever in numbers. Yeah, or whoever's rated or whatever. Whenever see a big jump in 20 people watching, probably some raid or something like that.
Fat boy's walking.
Is Tommy still alive or Ground Zero? But I assume Tommy ended.
Oh
at
my
Ground Zero,
God.
but-
Are you? That's Seth doing that.
That's a Tommy did also.
There she goes.
There she goes. There she goes.
Oh, as in Pam Tifa or Pam Hemphill, whatever you want to call her. You make sure I give Ground Zero credit here.
Did you have fun in jail?
She's gonna go make some OnlyFans content that nobody's gonna watch.
Nobody subscribed to your own
Was that you guys call her Mace Face? Is that who that was?
OnlyFans. Nobody subscribes to your OnlyFans.
Or is that the other person that got arrested earlier today? What was her name? The person that got arrested earlier or something like that for macing?
No, I'm
Hey,
not
Snooks, how
gonna-
you doing?
Nah.
It's not worth it.
No.
Everybody's gone.
Yep.
Oh shit. Me and spraying me. Following me. And
Oh, there's looks like a gremlin. Doesn't he look like a little bit of a gremlin, the Seth guy or whatever his name is, the Toad guy? I'm not sure who the other guy is with all the overused cameras there.
Shit. Still talking shit out there.
It was
They're still talking shit.
Leilani. Okay.
trying to.
Yeah.
I figure since they were talking about OF, you know. What was the other person? The Sabrina? No, there was another person that got red-haired lady or whatever that was bugging him earlier today.
All right, you guys, I'm going home.
Yeah, Tommy's got to go do. Yep, always ahead on the.
Oh, here we go at the beginning here. This situation here,
Acting like he's in pain.
pretending like he's in pain here, or there's Pam or whatever. Let's watch some of this here.
Wincing and stuff. I don't know about all that.
Yes, it was some name like that. Yeah,
Thank you, Rick.
not Right Side Rebel,
Men
but
Slip
different
Knot.
one.
Monique, welcome back.
Hey,
Yep, you
Oscar, how you
know it.
doing?
You know he's gonna pull that disabled.
Hopefully you're doing better, Slag or Grandpa. Oh, I could imagine. Yeah, he gets nervous going to the hospital, things like that.
Card and make him look all weak and stuff. Oh, is that Pam? Pam?
Of course it is. See the hat? You know, Seth out there.
Press Spider Mike. That's so lame. That's so lame. He's trying to impress Spider. What?
Tommy's car being vandalized.
You apologize. You're the one that orchestrated it. You
So this man is known for giving
Get out of
expired
here,
food to
liar.
homeless
What
people.
up,
And
Pam?
it's
How you doing, Pam? It was a dildo. Sure, it was you. Say, even if I give you proof, you're gonna spin it your own little way. You're gonna try to.
They had a little bit of a disagreement last night in the X space, and they're carrying it the next day. Here, these chuds, Tommy Shane gave expired food to homeless people and called it charity. Did you see the dates on it? I don't think you saw any dates on it, so I don't think you can make that claim if you didn't actually see the dates on the food.
Never have. Never have. What about the guy with the knife? What knife? On my car. What are you talking about?
Was this her nephew or something like that? Somebody was saying she has a nephew or something like that. Maybe her only nephew here or something like that. Bodyguard.
Why are you shaking so bad? Are you gonna stay out here?
Yeah. I'll stay out here.
so you know, if they give you something, just make sure to check the expiration date. That's all.
What an idiot.
Oh my God. What will we do? Yeah, the same guy that was bitching about expired beef sticks tried to take the whole cart.
It's up to what you want to do. You can do it anonymously if you really need to. But
I appreciate you guys so much for.
If he cared about the homeless so much, you know, you think he'd hand out a couple bucks or something like that to help him out, but no.
Supporting me. Thank you for being in the chat. Don't forget to hit that like button. Doesn't cost anything.
Courtroom, yeah.
All right, you get the idea what was going on there. Here's the other situation that was happening here. This is the person that got arrested here. Watch this video here. Oh, that's the person that got arrested. What did they call her? What was her name on that video there? Samantha. I know it starts with an S. Samantha Ibarra, Antifa activist, arrested this morning for pepper spraying Tommy for Trump and Ground Zero at a press conference May 5th, 2026. All right, you're close next. Yeah, we start with an S.
Go to jail, bitch. That's what you get. I'm pressing full ass charges too. Quit blocking my path.
You're literally breaking city ordinance by not letting somebody walk free there in front of the cops. You're complete crazy people here.
Quit blocking my fucking path. Oh yeah, I assaulted people today. Okay.
I'm guessing she got let out in a few hours.
No! No! No!
Go back in time. We'll watch how it happened here after we watch the arrest.
Lock her up! Lock her up! Lock her up!
Samantha Purdy. Okay. Even as she's getting arrested, she says sounds like she was going along with what they were saying. Imagine that. Rather than sort of saying, what can I do to help out or something like that, she says PPD works with lights, actually being arrested. That's all they can do. Like I keep saying, they have this forward mentality and everything. It's stuck in their heads so bad. They remember certain words, and that's all they can say. They can't say the reason why they say those words, or if those words have any basis in fact. They just simply say those words, and that's all that's in their heads. Communist Manifesto 101.
Good. Good. Good.
works with ICE.
Good. Good.
Works with ICE.
Good. They should. Good.
Who do you protect? Who do you serve?
Americans. Americans, not illegals. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.
Who do you protect? Who do you serve? Who do you protect? Who do you serve?
Go straight to jail.
Go straight to jail. Back to the presidential fitness test.
So I don't think we'll have to worry about you.
Yes, sir.
You're going to do good. Are you a strong person?
Yes, sir.
Good. You think you can take me in a fight? I think you could. Hey, that would be embarrassing, wouldn't it? How about you? What's so?
I had to hear it. Here's how it happened, I guess.
I got a Portland.
Oh, no, that's the same video. Okay, never mind. I wanted to see the actual attack. Speaking of crazy people, here is Adam Francisco talking to a white liberal older woman.
Would you give a Trump supporter a free water?
Hey, Tahiti Wave, how you doing? Muskrat, I have to unplug to fix this. All right, we'll see you in a bit.
I will.
You know what?
You
That's
want me to tell you what to do with it?
That's a moment of unity. Thank you so much.
I'll take it.
God bless you. God bless you. Stay hydrated.
Oh, blue no matter who, huh?
I think it's important you stay home.
I do.
And maybe have your head checked.
I should get my head checked.
Adam's a good guy. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, this Katie Porter, not known. This is the Seattle mayor up there, kind of defending her behavior here. As you see a video of somebody attacking another citizen out there.
This is legislation that will expand CCTV cameras that could potentially be taken control of by the Trump administration. And this is legislation that was opposed by immigrants' rights groups, by civil liberties groups, and by the member of color caucus in the legislature. And I'll quote from their letter. This technology, and technology similar to it, has recently been in the news for its failure to be meaningfully and consistently secured, leading to breaches that could result in sensitive data being shared by ICE and putting our immigrant and refugee communities at risk. This is.
But people at risk, as you're seeing somebody on the camera there attack somebody. If you don't have that camera there, that goes unnoticed right there, and the guy gets completely away with that. Do you understand why cameras in cities are important? Absolute idiots. These are socialists. Is there a white caucus? That would be racist to have a white caucus. Come on now. Sean Farage. That was yesterday. May the force be with you. Older stuff here. Katie back in the day. Let's do something else.
Amazing. He's done so much. I mean, so much for all of us. I mean, the backbone of this country is small business, plain and simple. And the last guy in office, all we heard was that we were the evil people, we were the bad people, everything else like that. We don't pay our fair share, whatever that's supposed to be. And he made it tough. And this guy, the big beautiful bill, absolutely amazing. You know what I mean? God bless you for letting me get 100% depreciation. It really helps out. And all I can say is this is literally, I mean, I'm a history buff and I know a lot about this White House thing and everything. Literally, he's going to go down as maybe the best president ever. I love this guy.
On stars. What was this?
Press briefing room.
Press briefing room. 7:25. Okay, that was. No, I don't get what the point is here. The White House is on it's May 4th on lockdown following a shooting nearby with press being pushed into the briefing room. I got you with the vice president situation there. Yep. Here was what it was yesterday here, if you guys don't remember here. The pew-pewing attempt or whatever on the vice president and his Secret Service, and the other guy didn't make it too far. Let's take care. Oh, Mark Hamill, no thanks. Okay, I think we covered most of that stuff there. Let's see what else we can cover in the news today. What else? 7. There was something else I wanted to see. What was it? Let's do a refresh here on what's currently live out there. Patriots doing his thing. BG on the scene. DG Gaming. Not a whole lot happening right now. Let's see. I've only been live for 45 minutes. Vance is speaking in Ohio right now. He was casting a vote there earlier, wasn't he? Let me check and see what we got here.
So what happened? Taxes, those people got rich, and the families who needed those services never got to access those services. They were stolen from, and you were stolen from, and your government didn't do a single thing about it until Donald J. Trump and Congressman Nunn came along. What we did is very simple. We went to the state of Minnesota and said, we want you to audit the people who are getting access to these funds. And if you're not willing to confirm that the people who are getting these benefits actually deserve these benefits, then you're not getting another dime of federal money. We cut them off. And that's exactly what we got to do. And ladies and gentlemen, people have asked me, I'm the leader of the fraud task force in Washington. And people have asked me, is that a hard job? And I say, well, let me think. Finding fraud in the federal government, it's kind of like fishing in a barrel with dynamite. Every week, I get a report from the task force. We have our weekly meeting, and I am shocked every single day by the things that we find. Just one of the all-stars on our fraud task force is our great Agriculture Secretary Brooke Rollins. And Brooke has found out that we've got 355,000 people on SNAP benefits receiving double benefits, that we've got 186,000 dead people getting SNAP benefits, 186,000 dead Americans getting food stamps right now. Now, I know the fake news media is going to say that the big headline from this speech is J.D. Vance proposes that we take away food stamps. That's what they're going to say. I actually think that we should take food stamps away from dead people. I am guilty of that. I think that's a reasonable thing.
Sounds like a good idea.
I also was talking to Brooke backstage, and she said, that there are people who have this is not a joke. There are people who have Lamborghinis who currently
Pretty much Tahiti wave, yeah.
I said, that's interesting.
I'm sure Elon's probably giving him some ideas too.
I'm a pretty conservative guy, but I would think that like 95% of the United States of America would agree that if you are wealthy enough to afford a Lamborghini, then you are wealthy enough to not receive SNAP benefits from the American people. Is that common sense?
Good idea. Yeah, that makes sense.
And I could go down and down the list. We just served 22 investigatory procedures. The Department of Justice, we went from discovering what happened in Minneapolis to serving 22, subpoenas so that we could go after the fraud that's happening in Minneapolis. And we did that in just 3 months. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, when we find crime, those people are going to go to prison for defrauding you, because that's exactly how it should be. Now, the last thing I want to talk about, my friends, is we know that under the Biden administration, Iowa farmers and farmers all over the United States of America were hit, and they were hit hard. What we've done using the president's trade authorities and using his incredible trade policies is that we have doubled the export market for Iowa farmers in just 18 months. And that is an amazing thing, because what happened for years is that people would dump their agricultural products into the United States of America, but said, you're not allowed to sell great Iowa product overseas. Well, we flipped that on its head. We told all those countries, you're done dumping that crap into the United States of America, and if you don't want to pay a higher tariff rate, you better let Iowa farmers sell into your country, and every single one of them have let Iowa farmers sell into their country. Again, it's amazing what happens when you got a president and a congressman who's fighting for you instead of fighting against you, and that is the record that we've had over the past 18 months. So let me say a couple more things here. So one, I was flipping around in my notes here because I've been trying to find
T-Sac there is our resident comedian there.
the name of the person that Zach is running against, because we're gonna make fun of her a little bit. Now here's the problem. You know, I'm sure. Well, I don't know anything about her. What I do know is her voting record. I know what she has chosen to prioritize, and it's not you, and it's not your families, and it's not this district. Because here's the thing. There are problems and there are challenges. You know, one of the things I'm proudest of is that under the president's leadership, we had American families about $1,300 richer from the day that he took office until today. That's between the working families tax cuts, that's lowering the cost of rent, that's all that stuff combined. Now that's the good news. Let me give you the bad news. The honest piece of this is that under the Biden administration, the average American family lost about $3,000. So on the one hand, we got a great record to brag on. On the other hand, because of the hole that the Biden administration, the Democrats put us in, we got a lot more work to do, okay? But we recognize that work. We're excited about that work. That's why you sent us to Washington, D.C. That's why you sent Zach to Washington, D.C., was to work on these problems. We know right now that we've got a lot of Iowa farmers that would love to sell more E15 into the market, and we're fighting every day to help them. Now, I said that. I did not even see the E15 crew we got over here. I need one of those T-shirts. But the congressman has got legislation that's working right now, and we're working on it every single day because, number one, we want Iowa farmers to have access to more markets, but number two, we want everybody, all of our fellow citizens across our 50 great states, to benefit from what's made right here in Iowa. That's why we're fighting for E15.
Yeah, we do.
We also know that a lot of our farmers are struggling with high fertilizer prices. I'm aware of that. As the President of the United States has said, we got a little blip in the Middle East. We got to take care of some business on the foreign policy side. But you know what we're doing simultaneously? We're working with the congressman, and we're finding ways every single day to make sure that you guys and the farmers of this great state get access to the products that they need. We're working on it. We're working on it every single day. Now, when I see Iowa farmers who need to get that E15 to market, what is Zach, you're gonna have to help me out with her name here. I lost my page here. Okay. All right. Okay, there we go. Sarah Trone Garriott. There he is. I'm on the wrong page here. So while Zach is fighting to make sure, for the benefit of Iowa, but frankly for the benefit of the whole country, that we get more E15 into the market all over the United States of America, his opponent voted to push biological males in girls' sports as early as kindergarten. Okay, while he fought very hard for the working families tax cut to make sure that you got to keep more of your hard-earned money, and why you guys, in fact, are going to have the biggest tax refund season, or starting to have the biggest tax refund season in American history, he was fighting for more money in your pocket. She was voting against banning gender transition surgeries for minors. She was voting against schools giving parental notification if students start changing their
Yeah, he does a good
pronouns.
job off the cuff. Yeah. What was this again? And then it was. That's crazy, Bourbon Rose. That's crazy.
Now, we all hear that and we all think that's pretty crazy, but recognize that not everybody agrees with us. Here's the thing. Even if you don't think that's crazy, why is that the priority of a woman who wants to represent you in Washington, D.C.? Why? Why isn't she working to increase your take-home pay? Why isn't she fighting for the farmers to get more of that E15 all over the United States of America? Why isn't she fighting to lower housing costs for the people of this district, the people of the state, and the people of the United States of America? And it goes back to the question that I asked at the very beginning of this
Good deal,
discussion.
Ripper. Good deal.
We have two parties in Washington, D.C. And I hate to say this because I was, raised by blue-collar union.
He's talking about ethanol fishing, right? Starter engines, especially older ones. Yeah, I think it's good for newer cars or something like that. I'm not sure.
Democrats. My mama and papa, they said that, back when they were voting in the 80s and 90s, the man and woman who raised me, mama and papa said, we're for Democrats because Democrats are for working people. And I don't think that's true anymore, my friends. And it's a heartbreaking thing. It's heartbreaking for a kid who came from a Union Democrat family to realize that Democrats these days, they seem to care more about gender transition than they do about you keeping more of your hard-earned money. And I really do believe this.
Yeah, I just did a Google search. E15 gas offers benefits including lower cost, 10 to 30 cents cheaper per gallon, reduced greenhouse gas emissions, and higher octane ratings for better performance in 2001 and newer vehicles. It burns cleaner, reducing smog forming pollutants, and increases energy independence by utilizing domestically produced biofuel. Also, maybe something against it, I don't know. While some studies show identical fuel economy to E10, others indicate a potential minor difference in fuel efficiency. E15 is not for use in older vehicles pre-2001, motor vehicles or small engine like lawnmowers. Interesting. Okay. I remember that.
That there are Democrats like my mama and papa all over the great state of Iowa, but I hate to say it, and I hate to break it to you, but there are none left in Washington, D.C. The Democrats in Washington, D.C., they want to trade stocks, insider trading for money, just like Nancy Pelosi did. The best part of the State of Union address is when the President of the United States called out Nancy Pelosi for her stock trading, and I look over at her, and she has got the sourest look I have ever seen on a human being's face. It turns out Nancy Pelosi likes nothing less than being called out for her insider stock trading. We're just talking about that, the State of the Union. You have this beautiful 6-year-old girl. You may remember this. It was a few months ago, but it was a very revealing moment about who our respected political parties stand for. Because this little girl had been shot by an illegal alien, but she had survived miraculously.
It is not good when you put the wrong kind of gas or diesel in a vehicle that requires the other stuff,
She was in amazing condition. She was a sweet, just a really cute kid. And, I'm the father of a 6-year-old boy. He's actually here. Do you want somebody who votes to raise your taxes? Do you want somebody who supports defrauding you and taking money away from poor kids so they can give it to the fraudsters? Then do we want crazy far-left Democrats in Washington, D.C.? Here's what we do want. Do we want somebody who fights for you every single day? Do we want somebody who has put more money in your pocket? Do we want somebody who gives E15 all over the United States of America so Iowa farmers can profit from it? So what do we want? We want Congressman Zach Nunn, and you got to get him to Washington, D.C.
Do we really? Oh my God. Good night.
So let me just say one more thing, my friends, and then I will hit the road. You know, like I said, I've got my 6-year-old son back there, and the backstory of why. By the way, I started in Washington D.C. We flew from Washington to Ohio. I voted in Ohio's primary today. From Ohio, that's right. The media asked me who I voted for. None of your business. Went from Ohio to Oklahoma City to do a fundraiser for the Republican National Committee. And then I came here to be with all of you this evening. And, you know, I can't wait to tell my wife when we get home that we've watched about 9 episodes of X-Men, and my son has eaten 4 chocolate chip cookies. She's going to be very pleased with the vice president. But here's the thing. I kind of just worked out. I wasn't planning this, but I've got my 6-year-old because last week I took his little sister on a trip, and he was feeling a little jealous. And, you know, when he's a kindergartner, it's not like missing schools, no offense, but one day of kindergarten is not going to cause him any problems. So he came out with me today, and we've had such a good day, and it's just been an amazing thing. I always enjoy coming out and doing events like this, but to do it with your 6-year-old son by your side is really an amazing thing. But as it happened, when we landed here in Des Moines, or at the airport there in Des Moines, we met a couple of Gold Star families from Iowa. And a couple of you probably know this, maybe all of you know this, that in, you know, what's going on in the Middle East, this operation in Iran, Iowa has borne a heavier burden maybe than any other state in the union. This great state has lost about half of our KIA. And I know that you all will join me in saying that we love them and we're proud of them and we're praying for them every single day. Thank you. But also on the tarmac, a couple of Gold Star families met me. A couple of families who've lost people just in the last 9 or so months. One in Iran, and then one in Syria about 9 or so months ago. And I was talking to them, and one of them told me, I had no idea. I didn't plan to see them, but they were here, and of course I was honored to see them. It's an amazing thing as the Vice President of the United States to meet the parents and the families of the people who put on a uniform and sacrifice their life for this country. And so I'm always happy to do it, always honored to do it. But one family, and I won't use their name, I don't know how political they are, if they're political at all, but they told me that their son's birthday was today. And so I get in the car with my little 6-year-old, and I look into those big eyes. His eyes remind me of his mother's eyes. And I think to myself, what an amazing blessing it is to be able to be a father in the freest and most prosperous country anywhere in the history of the world. And I thought to myself, what would I say? What would I say if this beautiful 6-year-old boy got older and decided, like his dad, to put on the uniform of his country, and like so many of you here, decided to put on the uniform of his country? And I thought to myself, on the one hand, I'd be so proud of him. I'd be so proud of him. But on the other hand, I'd be so terrified that what happened to those two families would happen to this boy. And it hit me that every time we lose somebody, every time somebody goes overseas and sacrifices their life, every time that a person gives the ultimate sacrifice to the United States of America, we often read about it as a line on a newspaper or online, but there's a father, there's a mother, and there's a grandma and aunts and uncles and a whole crew of people who love them the same way that we all love every single member of our family. And you take that love and you set that on one side, and you consider the balance that all of us owe. Because on the other side is we have to meet their sacrifice by carrying something forward that they can't carry forward. We have to make this country worthy of that sacrifice. You remember that movie, Saving Private Ryan? It's one of my favorite movies. And at the very end, right before one of the soldiers takes his last breath, he looks up and he says, "Earn this." What he means is all that love, all that was taken away from those families, all that was taken away from so many of the people who've put on the uniform and sacrificed for this country, we have to earn it. Now, so much of that is how you live your life. So much of that is, Congressman Zach Nunn being a good husband and father and his beautiful family here. I think what you guys have 6 or 7? 6. She is a saint, Zach. She is a saint. Part of that is how we go to work and treat our employees and what we build and make with our hands and with our minds. Part of it is how we go to church and give back to our community. But part of how we earn that incredible sacrifice given to all of us is by making this country's politics and government worthy of the people who put on the uniform and will never see their loved ones again. And part of what we have to do, my friends, is every single day, we have to send people to Washington. I'm not saying you have to agree with every single issue. I'm saying that you got to send people to Washington who wake up every single day and recognize that they fight for you. That's how we honor this sacrifice. That's how we make this country great again. And that's how we make 250 years of American history and American patriots proud. God bless you guys, and thank you for having me in Iowa.
Yeah, it was a good show, good speech there. Always does a good job in his speeches there. Trying to see if there's anything else to look into right now. I don't see anything crazy going on right now. That's going on there. You always watch BG on the scene. He still has an eye on that man on the bridge in D.C. protesting the Iranian conflict. Not seeing much else going on here worth looking into, and I don't want to play any reaction videos right now. We'll try to watch some of those later on. Oh, but here's a thing here that Andy Noto put up 2 hours ago here about that lady that got arrested here. Public information, just FYI. Gender, female, race unknown, 5'5", 200 pounds, hair brown, eyes brown. Arresting agency, Portland Police, Central Precinct. Booking date, that 10 a.m. Assigned facility, Multnomah County District Courts. Projected date, release date unknown. Wow. Charges. Unlawful tear gas. Ooh. Class A misdemeanor. 0 bail. Status released. That was 2 hours ago. So 2 hours ago would have been 2 o'clock. She got 10. So 4 hours. Got 4 hours is all she's going to get, likely. Crazy. 4 hours in the court system and then released immediately, which usually happens, but still. The person did mace somebody directly and everything, and what's this video about the thing or not? But anything else? Don't care about that. Don't care about that. Don't know about that. Don't like that guy. Stephon Diggs. I think that's good enough for today on most of that stuff here. What did these guys say recently? Miss Mary Spider Mike's court date is in session. Here's a little video here. Might be from Tommy Boy.
Wasn't using his cane when he was stealing that stop sign. Not a banana.
I'm guessing the person on the right, his right, is legal aid or whatever, ACLU type stuff.
Judge, it's in my granting permission, but
They don't like each other very much, I guess. Anywho, thank you guys for watching and hanging out. Snooks in the house. She was released. That's what it looked like on that one there. He's been out there quite a while. That the bridge guy or whatever. I'll put it up on the screen real quick here. BG doesn't like to be restreamed, but I don't think you can do anything about it on Twitter. But supposedly he's still up there. And he's got that little black thing there protesting the Iranian war still or something like that. So try to turn himself into some sort of hero for the cause or something. That's the guy in Washington, D.C. What the heck? Yeah, we heard about that. I have not heard the latest on Mike's court case there. Let me see. 1 hour ago, Sterling Martin, all that self-righteous moral indignation falls flat after you're hauled into court. Just an arraignment. I think they're kind of basically just there to set the next court date, hopefully. What's supposedly happening with that situation, from what I understand. We'll check and see if anybody else has anything on it there, but not seeing anything else. Does Andy care enough about it to keep track of it by chance or not? Probably not. Seattle linked activist was arrested and charged with child crimes previously. Blah, blah, blah. Yes, the last thing that we heard is this one here. I don't know if anybody else on his comments put anything more related by chance. 5'5", 200 pounds. Nothing else that I can see there. I don't know if I haven't seen a video of the macing itself. Not sure if they were live when they got maced or not. We saw that video. Already saw that one. I think we saw most of the stuff I want to see. All right. Yeah, something regular to look at here. Something eventually regular to look at. So we're going to go through. That's Andy knows things, so some of his content. It's not exactly regular. Here, look at this guy here. Well, this is a funny thing here, if I remember right.
This is Mr. Montgomery. I met him a few weeks ago in New York.
You live here? Yes. Well, maybe you know what a zombie is.
A what?
When a person dies and is buried, it seems there's certain voodoo priests who have the power to bring him back to life.
How horrible.
It's worse than horrible because a zombie has no will of his own. You see them sometimes walking around blindly with dead eyes, following orders, not knowing what they do, not caring.
You mean like Democrats? That's all we needed on top of ghosts and skeletons. This is Mr. Montgomery.
That's a classic line from Bob Hope on that one there. I think he was a Republican in his life. He didn't really talk about it, but I'm pretty sure he was. Anywho, you guys are still hanging out there. We'll raid you out to somebody cool here. Let's find somebody cool that's online real quick here. Somebody unsubscribed from me. I was one higher, but somebody unsubscribed. Sorry if I bored you guys on that one there. So much that you had to unsubscribe. I'll try not to be so boring in the future, okay? 12 concurrent viewers. Who should I send you out to, guys? Who should we send you out to today? We'll come back tonight and do another stream, but for now, I'm going to send you over to... Oh, BCP is live? You door dashing again right now? You might be. BCP, Fat Patriots. I thought MDG was live. I guess MDG ended also. Those would be the two options there. I want to see what BCP is doing with the door dashing here. So I'm going to set that up there real quick there. And then check and see if he's actually door dashing here real quick here. Nothing wrong with that. Honest profession. I'm not sure if he's going to meet the president for being a door dasher there, but not BS preacher, BC preacher. Don't tell him I looked him up under the BS preacher, okay? Don't tell him I said that.
What in the world? What the what?
Was this still live and he only has 2 people watching? He didn't end his stream properly. I probably should tell him about that. I will give him his 49th like, though. But I don't want to send you to that if that's just all this thing we're going to see there. So we're going to have to find you somebody else to raid here, it looks like. Double check and see. MDG. I'll continue to a female debate person I know, or Fat Patriots. Probably could just send you to Fat Patriot. Sure. All right. Set that up for that. They were live. I'm not sure. Yeah, they were live earlier. Those other guys were, but maybe they'll do another live later. I don't know. But anyway, we're going to send you over to, what's his name? Fat Patriot. Let's see what he's doing here. Is he talking trash about me or something? Take a peek real quick here. See what Fat Patriot's doing here. Not that I ever talk trash about anybody at all, because I never do that.
And the ones who can don't.
So I thought you were saying something.
I mean, the last retard that went down to ICE. Damn.
I don't know.
Looks like he's broadcasting Will's thingamajigger. If you guys want to watch that, that's where you're going next. You guys have a good afternoon here. All righty then. God bless.